Hari Om. We'll chant the Shanti Mantra, page 1. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangaihi Stuštuvagam Sastanovihi Veshema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedah Swasti nastaksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brahaspatir Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are seeing Mundaka Upanishad, which is in Atharva Ved. We have seen 3 sections. It begins with the parampara, that this knowledge has come from Brahmaji, and then it was imparted to his son Atharva, and then from him it went to Angira and Satyavaha, Angirasa, and then to Shaunaka. So Shaunaka had asked a question that Kasminno Bhagavo Vijñāte Sarvamidam Vijñātam Bhavati iti. That what is that one thing knowing which everything becomes known. This is possible when everything is made up of one thing. If everything is made up of different things, knowing one thing, you can't know everything. Just like gold ornaments, all ornaments are made up of gold. So if we know gold, we know all ornaments. So when this question was asked, the teacher replies that there are 2 types of knowledge. One is the para and another is apara. Apara Vidya is the lower knowledge, which is the knowledge of the world, which is revealed in the Vedas, the knowledge which we acquire through our senses, our mind, our intellect, the theoretical knowledge. And the higher knowledge is that by which we realize God. So higher knowledge is where one realizes our own self directly in a state of enlightenment. So tad aksharam adhigamyate atapara yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. That para knowledge, higher knowledge is that by which we directly recognize our own self as we are. And apara, lower knowledge, is knowledge acquired through our senses, through the mind, the intellect, about the world. Or, in other words, we can say, थोड़ा सा घुमा दो. little adjustment. Okay. So higher knowledge is that by which we realizes our own self directly. Enlightenment. Lower knowledge is available in the scriptures and in the world, which propels us to perform various actions in order to get the result. So we perform action, we get result in this world, and we get result in the other world. And also there are actions which are subtler, like upasana, which gives subtler result, like we can go to other lokas like Swarga Lok or even Brahma Lok. But the higher knowledge is that by which we realizes that which is beyond all, which is that akshara, imperishable reality. That imperishable reality was indicated as that which cannot be seen through the senses, that which cannot be comprehended with our mind and intellect, but that which is realized in the deep state of meditation. So the whole world which we see is the expression of that imperishable reality alone. That supreme truth alone reveals as this world, appears as this world. So all that we experience is the appearance of the supreme reality alone. But as long as we are attached to this world, attached to karma, attached to upasana, attached to the results of this karma and upasana, we are not available to realize the supreme truth. So it is said that those who do the pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedam ayat, that after doing the pariksha, by testing this world, by finding out what exactly we want, we realize that what we are seeking is that immortality. What we are seeking is infinity. What we are seeking is that which is eternal. And that which is eternal cannot be attained through karma. That which is eternal cannot be the result of action. Na asti akrita kritena. That which is eternal cannot be the result of action. So having understood this, one understands that which is eternal can be realized directly as our own self, and in order to gain this, the seeker approaches a teacher and learns. And the teacher reveals this knowledge, and we have seen that the teacher says that Purusha evedam vishvam karma tapo brahma paramrutam etad yo veda nihitam guhayam so vidya avidya granthim vikaratiha somya. That hey somya, hey my dear student, that Purusha, that supreme reality alone is all this. All that we experience is that Brahma alone or Purusha alone. But we are seeing confined, or our vision is not holistic. So in order to gain that holistic vision, we have to meditate. We have to transcend the senses, the mind, the intellect. So etad yo veda nihitam guhayam. So those who transcend these senses and reach the very core of one's being, such a seeker will be able to see that supreme truth as one's own self. Etad yo veda nihitam guhayam So vidya avidya granthim vikaratiha somya is able to destroy that avidya granthi and realize the truth as it is. Just as we have the various gold ornaments, if we just look at the names and forms and our attention is only on the names and forms, we will not be able to see the gold which is behind it. It is just a defect of our vision. Or you can say, just like we have, sometimes we have those optical illusions. If you look at it from one angle, it appears like something. Okay? If you look at that picture, it appears like an old lady wearing a hat. But then if you look again closely or slightly with a different vision, it looks like a young girl. So the picture remaining same, it appears different. Sometimes that moving object, it appears as though it is moving clockwise, but after some time it appears to be moving anti-clockwise. Just the difference of vision. So at a particular vision, we see duality, we see differences, we see ourselves different from this world, we see ourselves as limited. That is the defect of our own vision. And this defective vision gives rise to sorrow, a sense of what you call bondage, and fear, etc., which we call samsara. Just like a dream, like all of you sitting here, you are in a particular world listening to the pravachan. But suppose you go to sleep and you dream, and that dream is very frightening. And then, though you are in this world, you experience another world. You experience totally a different world. You are the experience of that world, experiencer of that world. You cannot deny it. So there is a lot of sorrow, pain, fear. But others are not even aware of it. All those who are sitting here, paying attention to the pravachan, you are not aware. Only if that person snores, you become aware. But there are those who can sleep without snoring. Then he wakes up because there is big noise and lot of laughter and some joke is cracked, and he wakes up and then realizes that I was in a different world, but now I am free from that world. So it is just a question of vision. So what we are experiencing now, this world, is a particular vision. It seems to be more lasting, but it is just a vision. And it is because of the quality of our mind and quality of our intellect, we are having this particular vision. If the mind and intellect changes, we have a different vision. If in our vision we are born, in our vision we die also and get another vision. So the scriptures say that if you can transcend this mind and intellect, because they are like the goggles which we wear, depending on the color of the screen, we see the world in that color. But if we remove those goggles, we will see the world as it is. So the mind and intellect, as well as our ahankar, they are like goggles which we have to transcend. And that can be done in the state of meditation. Meditation is the technique by which we transcend all this screen. But in order to meditate, we have to gain proper understanding by studying the scriptures. So the scriptures give us the technique by which we can meditate and realize our truth. So etad yo veda nihitam guhayam. So those who can enter their own so-called heart, the very core of one's being, will be able to destroy this negative vision, the vision which is given or which is the product of ignorance, avidya, granthim vikaratiha ti iha somya, is able to destroy this ignorance and realize this truth as it is. And that is called paravidya. That is the state of enlightenment. That is the state, having attained, the whole world is seen as one's own self. Everything is seen as the expression of that self alone. So this we had seen in our last session. We had seen chapter 1, chapter 2, section 1. Now we begin with section 2, chapter 2. So in this section, as well as the chapter following this, the more pointers are given indicating the supreme reality, and also some technique by which we meditate and recognize this supreme truth. So let us begin. Avissannihitam guhacharam nama Mahatpadam atretat samarpitam Aijat pranan nimishascha yadetat janathas sadasat Varenyam param vijnanad yadvarishtam prajanam Avisannihitam guhacharam nama Mahatpadam atretat samarpitam Ejat pranan nimishascha yadetat janathas sadasat Varenyam param vijnanad yadvarishtam prajanam. This whole thing is revealed in this very beautiful Sanskrit language. So the truth, the supreme reality, is indicated as avihi, as bright and brilliant, indicating that it is of the nature of pure consciousness which illumines everything. It is the great illuminator, it's like of the nature of light. Just as the light illumines all objects, but this supreme reality is also like that light of consciousness which illumines everything. Avihi, it is bright. Just as when we sleep, our whole room might be totally dark, and we dream, and in the dream we can see a bright world illumined by the sun, but the light in the sun belongs to me only. And all that is illumined by me, by I, the Supreme Self. Similarly, all that is illumined here in this world ultimately is illumined by that Self alone. Therefore, it is indicated here as avihi, as bright. These are all pointers pointing to that Self. Avihi sannihitam. It is all pervading, but also available very close to us. It is the innermost self, existing very close. See, we see the world through our senses. So there is the world of object, what is experienced, what is seen, and there is the subject. Object, we call the object as outside, and subject as within. Okay? So the object which I see is outside, and the subject, the seer, is the eye. But the eyes are also object compared to our mind. So the eyes are the object and mind is the subject. So mind is inside and eyes are also outside compared to the mind. Okay. But mind also, whatever we feel, is also experienced by me, also known by me. Others may not know. What you see with your eyes, others may also be able to see. But your mind, what the mind is feeling, only you know. Therefore, some people, they try to explain to others what they are feeling, but sometimes you don't understand. Right? So if I am sad, if I am happy, if I am angry, if I am agitated, I know. So the mind is also an object, and I am interior, closer. So in this way, if we proceed, we will find that the innermost layer or innermost point is that pure self, which is the pure subject, not an object. Objectless, pure subject. So that is called nihitam. It is available sannihitam, existing as though very close, as I. So sannihitam, that reality which is all pervading, is experienced as I, very, very deep within our own heart. So sannihitam, guhacharam, as though moving in the cavity of the heart. The heart is also indicated as guha. Heart means our mind and intellect is denoted as the heart, because it is the very heart of our personality, and deep within that heart is as though the self is moving. Guhacharam. Okay. Just as some instrument is there, if you open it, we will find that there is some one point which is most important, one what you call machine or something, which is making that whole thing operate. We say that is the very heart of the thing. Or in a house also, the heart of that house. Sometimes it is the kitchen actually. Kitchen is the main important. Kitchen controls the whole. Therefore, if you want to become the master of the house, you just take over the kitchen. So it is the heart. Similarly, what is our heart? The mind and intellect. The emotions and our ideas and wisdom is together is called heart. But within that heart is that self as though moving in that heart. Guhacharam. Therefore, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he says that enter your heart. Through meditation, we have to enter our own heart. We are interested in entering somebody else's heart. But spirituality is in entering our own heart, not other person's heart. Because if you enter somebody's heart, it is very difficult to come out. So enter your own heart. So guhacharam, Ridi Visha Manasa Majjata Chinvatava. So he says enter your heart. So guhacharam nama. So that supreme reality is also called that which moves in the heart. Mahat padam. And this is the supreme goal. It is the great padam, great destination, supreme goal. Mahat padam. Atra etat samarpitam, and it is that in which the entire cosmos is uh, as though, as though surrendered, or it is the very support of the entire cosmos. It is the very center of this entire cosmos. Each one of us are the very center of this cosmos. You are the center of this entire cosmos. Everything is supported by you. That pure I consciousness. It is the most amazing, most sublime truth which is revealed, that each one of us, we are the very center of this cosmos. It might sound very blasphemous, but it is the truth. I means not the ego is the center of the cosmos, but that pure I consciousness. So, Mahat Padam, Yatra Etat Samarpitam, everything is supported by that center, by that supreme. And what is supported by it? Ejata, Pranan, Nimishacha, Yadetat Janata Sad Asat. All these are supported. Ejata means that which moves, means the moving beings. All that moves in this world is also supported by that self. Pranan, that which has life, that which breathes, that is also supported by this. These are different types of life forms. Ejata, very initial life form, which we know only by the movement. Then slightly higher type of life form, which has got breathing, and one can see their expression in more detail. Then there are these human beings, which are even higher, who are indicated as those who can blink, Nimishacha, who can blink, who can smile, who can laugh. Tad etat janata sad asat. Then all that is gross. Here sat means that which is gross, and asat means that which is subtle. The gross physical world as well as the subtle world, all of them are supported by that self which is deep within the heart as the very I consciousness, as the subject, as aham, 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 shuddha aham. So yad etat janatha. So the teacher is telling the student that you have to recognize this I. You have to recognize this supreme reality. You have to recognize this center. Just as we have a circle, a flat disc, circular disc. So many points, millions and millions of points might be there, are there in this disc. But there is only one center. There are millions and millions of other points, but center is only one. All the other points are like the objects, but the center is like the subject. Similarly, we experience millions and millions of variety of thoughts and emotions and objects, but the experiencer is one. So meditation is to experience the experiencer, to be aware of ourselves as we are. So tad etat janatha, oh my dear student, realize this, know this. Varenyam param, which is supreme, which is the highest, which is the supreme and most worshipful, most adorable, Varenyam, and Vijnanat Prajanam Yad Varishtham, and which is superior to all other knowledge also which is known by beings. this recognizing, realizing the self is superior to all other knowledge also. Every other knowledge is objective knowledge. This is subjective. Therefore, it is very difficult to comprehend because we always try to comprehend it objectively. Even the self is, we try to know it objectively. But it is the subject. So knowing the self is just being the self, which happens in the state of meditation. We drop all identification and be the self. So here in this section now, the teacher has indicated our goal, and now he will also point out the technique, the method by which we can identify with our own self. So in the next verse, he hints at that method, and then he will reveal it. Yad archimad yad anubhyonu cha yasmin loka nihita lokinascha tadetad aksharam brahma sapranastadu vangmanaha tadetat satyam tad amrutam tad vedhavyam somya vidhi yad archimad yad anubhyonu cha yasmin loka nihita lokinascha. Yeah. So yad archimat, again these are the pointers. The only thing the scriptures and the teacher can do is just point it out. With the help of words, it is pointed out. And we have to contemplate on these pointers and then meditate on that which is pointed by these pointers. And transcend even the words and the thoughts. First, the thoughts and words are used so that we can shift our attention towards to that which is pointed. And thereafter, we have to drop the words and the thoughts also. Just as we point to a particular star also with the help of our finger and all. So the person who is seeing, he takes the help of this pointer. Okay? Suppose I show you a star. So first you have to look at me and my hand. So you can look till here, till the tip of my finger. But after the tip of the finger, you have to travel in the field which has got no pointer. In the sense, it has got no support. You just take the direction and then you travel in space till you see that star. Similarly, the words are like pointers. But after contemplating, we have to even transcend the word and move in the direction in which the words were pointing. So it's very subtle. So the pointer is yad archimata. Again, the same thing which was said before. It is luminous. The self is bright and luminous, self-shining. One feels frightened that if I transcend my mind, transcend the senses, transcend the intellect, how will I recognize it? It is shining. It is self-shining. It doesn't require any other light to illuminate. It is self-luminous. When we meditate, when we transcend the body, mind, intellect, and senses, we don't require anything to know the self. The self itself reveals itself. So, archimata, it is luminous, but very subtle. Yad anubhyo anucha, it is subtler than anu. Anu was understood as the subtlest atom. But there are parmanus also, even subtler than atoms. But anyway, atom means which is very, very subtle. Subtle, which cannot be seen through the senses, cannot be comprehended through the mind or intellect. Very subtle. So, yad anubhyo anucha, extremely subtle. The subtlest, what you call, support is like the thought I, which that also has to be left behind. So I, that which when we say I, that which is indicated by this thought is that self. That I itself is not the self, but that which is indicated even by the word I. So it is very subtle. Yad anubhyo anucha. But it is very, the support of this entire world. Yad lokaha, yasmin lokaha, nihita lokinascha. This is so subtle, and the support of all the worlds. Lokaha. Lokaha means the different worlds of experiences. Depending on the variety of mind, intellect, we experience different worlds. All of us, though we are living in this world, like all of you are there seated in this hall, but each one of us is experiencing a different world. Living in the same family, we are experiencing different world. Sometimes you must be hearing this statement also, पता नहीं कौन से जगत में रहता है. So they are called lokaha, lokyate loka. That which is experienced is called loka. So each one of us, each being is experiencing a different world altogether. So, but all these worlds are supported by that pure consciousness. Everything is supported by consciousness. In order to experience something, consciousness is required. Everything is supported by that consciousness alone. So, yasmin loka nihita lokinascha, even the beings of those worlds, inhabitants of those worlds, are supported by this pure consciousness alone. Tad etad aksharam brahma, this self alone is called Brahma. Aksharam Brahma, the imperishable Brahma. So sometimes the scripture use the word Brahma, sometimes the word is used Atma. Both of them indicate the same truth. So Aksharam Brahma, the imperishable Brahma, Sapranaha tadu vangmana, tad etat satyam. That alone is, that supreme Brahma alone is expressing as prana, as vang, as the speech, as the mind. And that alone is the supreme reality. Tad etat satyam. Tad amrutam, that itself is immortal. That is that Brahma. So these are various pointers. So pointers, one has to contemplate on these pointers and meditate on what is pointed by these pointers. Meditate on that. Therefore, the teacher is now saying that tad vedhavyam, you penetrate, you focus your attention on that which is indicated by all these words. Focus your attention there. See, one need not have all these words, even one word which can help us to focus, that is also enough. One need not carry all these bundles of words. Even one word which is inspiring, which is indicating the truth, we can hold on to that word and then drop that word also. So tad vedhavyam, he says, you penetrate all these various words and all, you penetrate all of them with your thinking and contemplating and understand that supreme truth. Somya vidhi, you penetrate and comprehend that self. So here the technique of meditation is hinted at, is revealed, and this is the path. The path is subjective. The path is through meditation. Though it is very difficult for many people, but what to do? This is the path. We live in the world of action. We live in the world of emotion. We live in the world of thinking. And meditation is the world of being, subtler. But for that, you have to transcend all action. So while meditating, we don't have to move our legs. So you have to keep the mind, the body absolutely still. The speech also should be restricted. The mind slowly made to be more and more calm and peaceful. And then we are able to transcend all this and recognize our own self. Just like the water when it is क्या बोलते हैं उसको, turbulent, we can't see the river, the stream, and turbulent water or dirty, we can't see the bed, river bed. But when the water becomes very pure and very calmly it is moving, then you can see the river bed. Our self is like the river bed. The mind is like this water. So as we meditate, the mind starts becoming more and more pure, more and more calm, and we are able to recognize ourselves as we are. So, vedhavyam somya vidhi. Hey Somya, you penetrate within your own heart and recognize your own self. And for this, to make it more clear, this path of meditation, a beautiful, you can say, analogy is given in the next mantra. Dhanur grihitva Upanishadam mahasram sharam yupasa nishitam sandhaita ayamya tad bhavagatena cetasa laksham tadevaksharam somya vidhi dhanur grihitva Upanishadam mahasram sharam yupasa nishitam sandhaita So beautiful this picture of shooting the target with the help of a bow and arrow. So meditation is like shooting the target. In Mahabharata also there is a story of Arjuna and Duryodhana learning this Dhanur Vidya from their teacher. Who was their teacher? Dronacharya. So he showed on the tree, there was this bird, maybe an artificial bird they must have kept. And the eye of the bird, one has to shoot. So the Duryodhana was asked, can you see the bird? He said, yes. do you see the eye of the bird? He said, yes. What else you see? He said, I see many other things also. I see the tree with lot of branches, and I think aam bhi lage hue hai. He said, very good. So he asked Arjuna, what do you see? He said, I see the eye of the bird. You see anything else? He says, no. That's called concentration. Other things are there, but when you focus, when you concentrate, you withdraw your attention from everything else. That's called dharana. Dharana is one step before dhyana. Dharana is focusing one's attention at one point. Then he could see only that point and he could shoot. Similarly, here the whole picture is given that dhanur grihitva aupanishadam mahashram. You hold a bow which is given in the Upanishad. What exactly is the bow and all will be revealed. So you hold that bow, grihitva aupanishadam mahasram, the great bow of the Upanishad, revealed in the Upanishad, given in the Upanishad. Then you put a sharam. Sharam is the arrow. Fix an arrow on the bow. Upasa nishitam sandhayita. And that arrow should be nishitam, very sharp. It should be absolutely sharp, pointed, and it should be fixed on that bow. And after holding that arrow and the bow, you pull that string. Ayamyatad bhavagatena chetasa. And with your bhava, your focus, your attention, and constantly meditating on that target, laksham tad eva aksharam soumya vidhi. And that target, hey Soumya, oh my dear seeker, my dear disciple, you hit that target. This is just picturized, the meditation is picturized here. What exactly is the bow is revealed in the next words as Om, Pranava. Pranavo dhanu sharo hyatma, brahmatal laksham uchyate. We will chant that words also. Pranavo dhanusharo hyatma, brahmatal laksham uchyate. Apramattena vedhavyam, sharavattanmayo bhavet. Pranavo dhanusharo hyatma, brahmatal laksham uchyate. Apramattena vedhavyam, sharavattanmayo bhavet. Pranavo dhanuhu. So what is that dhanu which is revealed in the Upanishad, which is found in the Upanishad? So the teacher says it is pranavaha, that is Om. There are many, many mantras in the Upanishads, and all of them are like pointers, all of them are like support, and the subtlest support or the finest mantra which is revealed in the Upanishad and all the Vedas is the Om. Om has got its own beauty, we will see what it is. So taking that Om as dhanu, as the bow. See, when we have this bow, what does the bow do? Bow gives the energy to that arrow to move. If the bow is not there, if you throw the arrow, it will not move with so much of energy. So the bow gives that power to that arrow to move. So bow is very important. And the more strong and powerful the bow and more flexible, elastic, the more with force the arrow can move. So that bow is that Om. Pranavo dhanuhu. And what is the arrow? Says the Atma. Means the sense of I which we have is called that Atma is like the arrow. So each one of us, what is common in all of us is that sense of I. Very interesting, very strange. The sense of I is common everywhere. If somebody calls, who is there? He says, I am there. Who is there? I am there. He said, Ore, you are there also and here also. So everyone, he expresses himself as I. Once a philosophy teacher came to the class and he asked them, who are you? So the student got up, he said, I am. He said, wait, don't complete the sentence, just I am. Another was asked, he also started with I am. So I am was common in all. What we add after I am is our visheshta, our speciality. But I am is common. That I am it should be taken as the arrow. And it should be released with the help of that Om towards our target, and which is Brahma. The target is Brahma. I should be separated from all this body, mind, intellect and shot at Brahma. Pranavo dhanuhu sharorhyatma Brahma tal laksham uchyate. Brahma is the target. And how we should shoot? Apramattena, without, with what you call total focus, without getting disturbed, without getting disturbed or distracted. One should focus one's attention on that supreme goal, that is Brahma, and sharavat tanmayo bhavet, and should become one with it like the arrow. If you have seen during Olympics and all, it's most beautiful actually. So the bow, and nowadays all this sophisticated bow and all is there. But in the good old days, those bows, first class, Ramchandra ji bhi leke ghumte the. And you hold that, that arrow, and take it towards till your ears. They say, Akarna. Kaan tak le jana padta hai. And you look at the target. I have not used, but I can imagine. But I like it actually. I like that bow and arrow. Maybe in my past life some connection must be there. It's very interesting. So the hand should be very steady. He'll get, if you are pointing at one fellow, another fellow will get hit. So the hand should be absolutely still, and they should move, and the eyes focused on that target, and just without moving, just you have to release it. Like Arjuna, like Ramchandra ji, they were expert like. Arjuna could hit that fish was moving, and he had to look into the water and hit at that fish. It's very difficult. एक तो water में थोड़ा सा वो parallax आ जाता है. Exactly, you don't see it. The reflection is not proper. And he had to see the movement and hit it. And he could hit. So, similarly, in our meditation also, that I is the arrow. It should be sharpened. See, if the arrow is not sharp, even if you hit the target, it will fall down. It will not remain there. It will not become one with the target if it is not sharp. And sharp we can make our this through vairagya and through abhyas. By constant practice and by vairagya we can make it sharp. If Vairagya is not there, then we won't be able to become one with that Brahma. In the sense, we will again get distracted. We will get attracted toward the world of object. So with intense Vairagya and Abhyas, when we meditate, taking the support of Om. So just as the bow gives force, energy for the arrow to move, that Om, that mantra, the most sublime mantra, Om, which is the very essence of all the Vedas. From Om only, the Vedas have all the mantras, other mantras have come. So Om is like indicating that Brahma. It gives energy for our movement. So chanting that Om, meditating on the meaning of Om, help us to identify with that Brahma. So Om, briefly I will tell you, Om indicates that Brahma. It's the subtlest, sublime indicator. We have seen in Kathopanishad also. In Kathopanishad, etad, what you call, alambanam shreshtam, etad alambanam uttamam. It is said that this is the sublime, most sublime alamban, support. So that Brahma, which is indicated as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, is indicated by the sound Om. So that Brahma alone is expressing as this world. And this world is expressing at 4 levels: the gross, the subtle, the causal, and the transcendental. The gross physical level, the subtle level, which is controlling the physical world, the unmanifest causal level, and the transcendental level. Even personally, individually, we are expressing at this 4 level. The gross physical level, the physical body which is sitting, is the gross physical level. But this physical body is controlled by the subtler body. If suddenly a thought comes in the subtler body, physical body will start moving. It's very amazing actually. Such a huge body suddenly gets up and start moving. It's quite a miracle. Suppose an object is there, it will not just move. Or even if it moves, it follows whatever physical laws. But huge body sitting at one place suddenly gets up and start moving. Like they have in some places those, like here Akshardham also, they have made those things. The images which gets up and moves and speaks and all. It is very difficult, that mechanism. But here we have this person just gets up. What makes the body move? Our mind, our thinking, our emotions, our desires, our thoughts. So they are the subtler level of our personality. But how do these thoughts come? From where do those desires come? They come from the unmanifest level. So each one of us, we are carrying an unmanifest impressions. That is also our personal part of our personality. Each one of us, we are carrying the impressions from our past lives. That is the unmanifest causal level of a personality. But beyond all these 3 is the transcendental level of my being. So what is true for an individual is true for the entire cosmos. The cosmos also is at the physical level, what we see, the stars and the moon and the galaxies and all. But all this is running because of the subtler level, which is the intelligence which is making everything function. Subtler than that is the causal level, and beyond that is the transcendental. All these 4 levels are indicated by that sound Om. A indicate the gross level, U indicates the subtle level, Ma indicates the causal level, and the silence, after we chant Om, the silence which remains, that indicates the transcendental level. So when we chant at Om, we have to move our sense of I from the physical to the subtler, to the causal, and then to the transcendental. The transcendental level is that goal, the target. So I have to drop all identification with the physical, the emotional, the causal, and identify with that pure self, the pure consciousness, that Brahma. For that, we require the bow strong, the help of that Om. The arrow should be sharpened with Vairagya and Abhyas, and Apramattena Vedhavyam, and with single pointed attention, focus our attention on that Supreme Brahma, and Sharavat Tanmayo Bhavet, and become one with it, like the arrow becoming one with the target. So this is in a picturized, with the illustration, the technique of meditation is indicated here. More we will see tomorrow. Now we will follow this technique and meditate for 10 minutes. 12 minutes are remaining, but 2 minutes I will give you to settle down, keep your purse and book and all aside. And in 10 minutes you give yourself. Forget about all the worries and everything. 10 minutes you just give yourself, give this time for meditation. So close your eyes. And bring your attention in the present moment and now. Bring your attention on yourself, I. When you think of I, you must be thinking of your body. If we dive deeper, when I think of I think of my mind, my experiences, my memories. If I dive deeper, I think of myself as one who has brought all the impressions, all the samskars from the past, which is giving rise to various types of thoughts and experiences. But transcending this layer, beyond this layer, is that pure I consciousness, not I thought, not I as impression, not I as body, but I as that pure consciousness, the subject, without any objects. पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः।